According to Rafi Farber, it is important to be prepared for the potential collapse of the US dollar, which could happen at any time, including this year. To survive the aftermath of a dollar collapse, he advises people to have enough gold and silver wherever they need it. Farber differentiates between investment demand and monetary demand for silver, with the latter being triggered when everyone demands money to exchange against other goods. In such a scenario, gold to silver falls to 15 to 1, as has happened in every monetary panic in history. Farber believes that we are currently seeing the beginning of this trend, but there is a lot more to fall. He suggests that monetary demand is a much more fundamental thing, as everyone needs money for something, and it is a critical aspect of the precious metals market that has yet to be fully realized. Farber draws on historical context to support his argument and predicts that we are in the midst of a financial crisis that will have a significant impact on the precious metals market. There is a financial crisis that is already unfolding, and it is not a goods problem, but a money problem. The prices of basic necessities are going up faster than any other prices, and this is a sign of hyperinflation. The central banks will eventually have to reverse their policies, and when they do, there will be pressure to print more money, leading to a potential collapse of the US dollar. In such a scenario, silver and gold will be crucial to survival, and silver will experience a surge in monetary demand. Farber explains that monetary demand is different from investment demand, and that most people cannot afford gold, so they will turn to silver, causing the gold to silver ratio to fall to around 15 to 1. He predicts that when central banks start printing money again, silver will be drained from all the centralized stockpiles, including COMEX, LBMA, and silver funds holding unallocated silver. Farber believes that those who have been stacking silver and gold will not sell and will come out as winners. The recent surge in demand for silver is not a goods problem, but rather a money problem. He believes that the basic necessities are going up faster than any other prices, which is leading to a financial crisis. Farber suggests that this crisis will only get worse, and eventually, the central banks will have to reverse course. This will lead to a rush on precious metals, particularly silver, as people try to protect their wealth. Farber points out that there have already been signs of trouble in the silver market, such as in July 2020 when the number of deliveries exceeded the amount of registered silver available. He believes that JP Morgan rushed to move 45 million ounces from its eligible pile into the register to try to keep up with demand. Farber doesn't know exactly why they did this, but it's clear that it was a confusing time for the market. Farber also notes that the rules of the COMEX have changed before, such as in 1980 when we were on a gold and silver standard. However, he doesn't think the COMEX would have the same power to change the rules now because the Fed has no ability to raise interest rates anywhere near 20%. If the COMEX were to change the rules now, Farber thinks all demand would flood into the physical markets, and people would ignore the COMEX completely. Instead, they would trade physical silver coins or some kind of reliable certificate for them for actual goods and services in a decentralized panic. In this environment, Farber believes that silver will be drained from all centralized stockpiles, such as the COMEX or LBMA, and that people who are stacking and not selling will ultimately win. There is a possibility that gold and silver could become money again. He believes that history has shown that currency backed by a basket of commodities has never worked before. Gold and silver have always been considered as money, and no other commodity can replace them. He further adds that if BRICS were to form a new currency to supplant the dollar, it would have to be gold and silver backed. However, he doubts if the BRICS countries would be able to become fiscally responsible enough to make it work. He believes that they will follow the market by inertia and force, taking credit for it. Rafi Farber advises people to be prepared for a dollar collapse by investing in gold and silver. He believes that the collapse could happen anytime, and it is essential to have enough gold and silver to survive the immediate aftermath. All inflationary systems are exponential and head in one direction, which is up, until they go vertical. Rafi Farber thinks that the U.S. Federal Reserve is trying to come off the exponential curve by stopping printing, and we can see the money supply falling. However, every time they've done this before, they've had to reverse it. He thinks that this time, it's not going to be any different, and the collapse is imminent. The exact timing is uncertain, but it's going to happen soon.